Now, the state of a simple compressible substance is fixed by any two independent intensive properties. So, once the two appropriate properties are fixed, all the other properties become dependent properties. Okay, so remembering that any equation with two independent variables in the form, let us say z is equal to z, which is a function of x and y, it represents a surface in space. So we can represent the pressure, volume and temperature behavior of a substance as a surface in space, and this is a surface which is shown. Okay, so in this is the solid region. Okay, this is the liquid plus vapor region. This is the triple line. Okay, this is the vapor region. This is the solid plus vapor region, solid plus liquid region, the liquid region and the whole gaseous region. Okay, now this is a very typical PVT surface of a substance. Okay, and that too for a substance that contracts on freezing. Now the temperature and volume. The temperature and volume, they can be viewed as independent variables. Okay, so these are the base variables, I would say. Okay, so these are two independent variables. Yeah, this is the spelling. Alright, so these are the base variables, and P, that is the pressure, it becomes the dependent variable. Dependent variable. Alright, so these two become the base and this becomes the height. Okay, so all the points on the surface, they represent equilibrium state. So, and this is the critical point, I just forgot to tell you that. Okay, so all the points on this surface, they represent equilibrium state. Now all states along the path of a quasi equilibrium process, it lie on the PVT surface, since such a process must pass through equilibrium states. Okay, so this is very important, I'll repeat it down. That is, all states on PVT surface are equilibrium states, Okay, second one, that all the states along the path of a quasi-static process, so all states on the path of a quasi-static process, okay, must pass through equilibrium states. Must pass through equilibrium states. Okay, so the single phase regions, that is the solid region, the liquid region and the vapor region, well, they appear as curved surfaces on the PVT surface. So if you look at this region, so this is a bit curved, this is a little curve that you have like this. So this is a curve because it's a single phase region. Even if you look at liquid, so this liquid also is a little bit curved region, and so is vapor region. So this is also a bit a curved region, okay, or a curved surface. The two phase regions, they are surfaces which are perpendicular to the PT plane. Alright, so this is some important information worth noting down. So the first point is that all single phase, or you can say all the single phase regions are curved surfaces. single phase regions are curved surfaces. Alright. And the second point is that all two-phase regions, they are perpendicular to the PT plane, that is the pressure temperature plane, are perpendicular to pressure temperature plane. Okay. Now this condition, that is the second case, that is all the two-phase regions are perpendicular to the PT plane. Now this is expected since the projections of the two-phase regions on the PT plane will be a straight line. So if you look at this two-phase region, so this is a two-phase region. Okay. If I project this two-phase region onto the pressure temperature plane, which is this plane, so this is the pressure temperature plane, behind all this. So when you make a projection of this, so this surface viewed from this side would look like to be a single line like this on the PT plane. So if I draw another diagram to illustrate this, so let us say this is what your plane is like. So this is the PT plane and this is the volume axis. So whatever surface that you may have, let us say you have this little dome over here. So when you, and this is the critical point, so when you project this dome onto the pressure temperature plane like this, the projection of this would be nothing but a single line like this. So all the two-phase regions are taken to be a projection on the PT plane, and they lie, or you can say they are surfaces which are perpendicular to the PT plane. So this is a surface which is perpendicular to the pressure temperature plane. So I hope you understood the second point. Now all the two-dimensional diagrams that we have discussed so far, that is, we have discussed temperature volume, pressure volume and pressure temperature diagram. Well, they are merely projections of this 3D surface onto the appropriate planes. I hope you understood that now. Okay, so if you if you come back to this explanation, that is this plane being projected onto the pressure temperature plane. So if you redraw the PT diagram, so this is the PT diagram, T and P, you had something like this, isn't it? So this is something that you had, and this is solid, liquid and vapor. Now I am talking about the liquid plus vapor region. So this liquid plus vapor region, this is represented by a single line on the pressure temperature plane. So that is what I am talking about. So this is the line, that is this whole region which is being projected onto this plane. Alright. So similarly, if you look at the liquid vapor region, so let us say this somewhere about, so this region where the vaporization is taking place, so this is a line. So I hope this point has now become more clear, that is all the diagrams TV, PV, PT, they are all projections of appropriate surfaces on whatever plane that you have. So for example, if you talk about the PV diagram, well, PV diagram is a projection of the PVT surface on the PV plane. So I'll just write it down. So this is the projection of the pressure, volume, temperature surface on PV plane. So if you have a look at it, you'll understand in a better way. Just remember this for the sake of competitive exams. So second is, when you have a TV diagram, okay, so temperature volume diagram, It is a bird's eye view of this surface. Bird's eye view of PVT surface. Okay, and the PVT surface, it presents a great deal of information at once, but in a thermodynamic analysis, it is more convenient to work with a 2D diagram, such as pressure volume or temperature volume. So this is something that we need to understand. So I hope you got the idea behind the PVT surface and how it is used to analyze the thermodynamic processes with the help of 2D diagrams. Okay, so this finishes the concept of the property diagrams. So now after this, let's talk about some other properties in the pure substances topic, and let's now talk about the saturated liquid and the saturated vapor states.